ProjectVeritas.com. Write it down. Support them. James O'Keefe is with us. James, so I know you got to be careful the way you answer this, but what is in the diary? Why are the most powerful people in the world so worried this is going to become public?
I was on Sean Hannity's show this week, and Sean wanted me to speak about what's in the diary, and I've made the decision not to do that. And people can criticize me for that. I'm sure they will. But I've made the journalistic decision that I'm not going to opine about what's in this material. There's some private things that have occurred. She talks about her father and her relationship with her father, but I have not been able to corroborate whether that happened or, so I don't want to speak to that. I think I'd rather focus on what I think is the much bigger existential issue here that has come from this, which is the espionage from the federal government against a media, but as you rightfully point out, it's beyond espionage. It's CIA level intelligence operation where they spy on you and then they raid you to get the information in a legal way. I mean, this is just like something out of a bad 1980s movie.
Yes, I want everyone to recognize and realize that there are legit criminals right now that are trafficking guns, children, that are doing the most heinous things imaginable. And the Southern District of New York is too busy sending secret warrants under gag orders and then later raiding the apartments of journalists. And so, James, where does this all stand? You're kind of in this legal battle right now against the government. Where does that kind of playing out right now? What does it look like?
I want to clarify one fact, and by the way, I'm not ashamed to talk about any of this, which might be unusual, but I did nothing wrong. I'm an American journalist. I'm protected by the Supreme Court of the United States to receive information from a source. Nicky V. Bopper makes that clear in 2001. So I'm not ashamed to say anything to anybody. You mentioned where it stands. The November 8th was when Joe Biden's daughter's lawyer, this is 2020, November 8th, they apparently reached out was the date. And November 23rd is when the secret warrants were authorized by the Southern District of New York. And our team thinks that that's just not enough time to go to Washington, D.C. and get permission from the Attorney General of the United States. I'm speculating here, but I think it's safe to assume that they did not do that. The Southern District of New York has been called the Sovereign District of New York for good reason. They often make these decisions autonomously. So in a 2-year time period, they got these secret warrants and they proceeded to go to 6 different magistrate judges, effectively the whole magistrate judge bench in New York City, federal court, and got permission to go after Microsoft Outlook and obtain my emails going back to January 2020, which is 8 months before this diary ever came across my desk. This is insane. That means they have all my emails going back 2 years ago. So where it stands now is we filed a motion with the federal judges, the Article 3 judge, who's on the bench for life, a woman by the name of Analisa Torres. And Analisa Torres, to her credit, back in November, assigned a special master. What does that mean? It means a special overseer over the FBI, which is very rare. And in fact, I can't think in modern history when that's ever been done for a media company. The federal judge, Charlie, cited First Amendment concerns and journalistic privileges. So the federal judge appointed by Barack Obama effectively called us journalists. Good for her. But then after that happened, this is why this is so insane. A month later, the Southern District of New York goes behind the federal judge's back and continues to gag Microsoft from talking about the secret warrants. So where it stands now, on Wednesday of this week, we filed a motion with the federal judge asking the names of the people who did this and other relief that we are seeking in the court system. That motion is on the federal judge's desk, and we are very curious to see how federal judge Analisa Torres responds here in the coming days, Charlie.
I think this goes even deeper. I think we're going to learn even more. I don't know who's involved. I have my own speculation, but this is scary stuff, everybody. When you have a truth teller and a journalist, and you have the back-end private warrants to go get people's personal communications, that sort of stuff should be done for like members of Al-Qaeda or ISIS, not for an American journalist who's just trying to tell the truth. James, thank you so much for joining us. We're out of time. ProjectVeritas.com. Thank you.